have just, I mean, so many pairs of headphones destroyed, stepped on, eaten. Well, nobody's actually eaten a pair yet.
Well, I've ruined quite a few pairs of headphones. Steve Rogers is with us. Steve started out way back in the early century, a couple centuries ago, with you and your brother, Johnny Rogers. Were part of the band, the Mighty Purple. Back in the days when you went to. Can I mention your current evolution of what's happening in your life?
You can do whatever you like.
You and your brother Johnny were students at Hamden High School when we first started working with you. Now you're going to be a grandfather.
I know.
What the hell is going on here?
Johnny was a student. I was a delinquent.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Pam.
I'm back.
Steve and his brother Johnny, they were wearing dresses to high school.
He wore the dress.
He wore the dress. You had
wore the
painted
lipstick.
nails. Yes.
That's right.
I am aware of this. I do know this story.
Yep.
I was a different dude back then.
Yeah, well, that's all right. But now you're going to be a grandfather. Steve, did you think about us before you started going through all these changes here?
Did I think about you guys?
Yeah.
I was thinking right before my daughter told me, I wish WOW Radio was here to be able to just announce to the world.
You can't be having grandkids so soon in life. You gotta think of other people. Steve, it's too soon. It's making me feel old.
That makes two of us.
Yeah.
Well, my daughter's young. She just got married, and they're off to the races already. Here we go.
How old is your daughter?
She just turned 21.
20. Okay, yeah, that's young. All right.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense. Then.
And I had her when I was in my 20s, so sort of a natural progression.
All right, that makes me feel better now.
Yeah.
I'm a happier guy.
She's been like 30 since she was 12.
Yeah, she's a mature kid.
She sure is.
So we have a room full of people. We're putting the cameras on again.
All right, hello cameras.
So, Steve Rogers, musician. This is Officer Steve.
Two Steves in a room.
We all used to be on the show together, so we all know each other. This is Nurse Emily.
Hi, Nurse Emily again.
Yep.
Brian, you have to check over there and see if this. I don't know that these cameras are working properly right now.
Oh boy.
I'm seeing old video. So.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right, let me see what I can find here.
Fine over there.
All right. It's 1:50 now, real time. It's 7:50 rebroadcast time. 50 minutes after the hour, no matter what time you're in. All right, we'll see what we can do here.
Yeah, just double check because I'm not seeing it over here. So there's that. 10 minutes away from the top of the hour. I don't want to waste time with that. I want to.
You want to go.
I want to be in the
go.
present.
Yep.
With Steve Rogers.
We should just do the weather while we're waiting.
We've got the live broadcast. Earlier this morning, I set up.
Steve Rogers from New Haven, Connecticut. I've been involved in the local music community for a long time. And you are listening to WOW Radio.
That's him.
I actually thought that was me right now.
He's here.
It freaked me out, guys.
Okay, so it's up okay on the streaming?
Yeah, what I was saying
Awesome.
was there's a camera there that's usually focused on whoever's running our controls. Today it's Pam.
Mm-hmm.
I moved that camera off to the side. I had our fake cat in front of it for a little while, but now you're moving it back, and that is up. That is up
good.
right now.
Because
I see Steve
on my
Rogers.
screen it didn't look right, so good.
I see Nurse Emily. I see Officer Steve.
I just fixed the camera so it's on Steve.
Sort of, right? And like half of
No,
mine.
this one.
Oh, that one. Hi, everybody.
And
So yeah, you can go to YouTube and search on WOW Radio CT, and
Here's what
there's
you
a
do.
live stream.
Go to WOW Radio. Go to WOW Radio CT. Search on that. Then when it comes up, click on the actual channel. Then click on live, and
Mm-hmm.
you'll see the stream right there. So it's a little complicated, but once you get there, you will be the happiest human being on earth.
And subscribe when you're there too.
that too,
It's
yeah.
free. The subscription's free. We don't charge you. We won't come knocking on your door and ask you to
There you go.
buy a subscription.
Yep. Officer Steve is looking at himself right now.
What do you think? Do you like what you see?
I'm hot.
It's the lovely Officer Steve.
So Steve Rogers, also known as Stephen Peter Rogers.
Yep.
That's the formal title.
That's what my mom used to call me when she
Stephen
was
Peter.
mad. Yep, that's right.
Brian and I have known Steve for a long time, and he's got a brand new song out.
I do. Yeah, I released it on. It was released by Bigger Beast Records, which is a new label in Connecticut, but certainly the most energetic and well put together one from Connecticut right
Frank
now.
Vieli's
That's right.
label.
That's right. Yeah.
Frank and Kayla. Yeah. And you're on that, and it's just a single for now. Is there going to be an album?
There will be by the end of the year. You know, I'm
Okay.
tidying up a bunch of mixes in the studio for a string of new songs, and there'll be another one coming out. There's one that's coming out on that James Velvet record that just is hitting the stands. I don't know if you saw that yet.
I can't wait to see that show.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
We need to talk about that a little bit. That's going to be at New England Brewing.
Yeah, on
March 30th?
Sunday, March 30th.
Yeah, a Sunday. And it's a tribute, Brian, to our old friend James Velvet.
Yeah, he'd passed away about 10 years ago now.
Yeah. It's hard to believe it was that long.
It is hard to believe.
People may know him not just from his musical years, but also because he co-hosted local bands with our friend Rick Allison on our old radio station.
Yep.
So he was quite the guy.
James Velvet, not only was he extremely talented, but one of the nicest people you will ever meet in your life. Just a truly wonderful individual. And I believe it's to celebrate what would have been his 75th birthday.
Yeah, we share a birthday on March 28th, actually.
Born the same day?
We always have, yeah. Well,
We always have.
I've always been March 28th, and he always had that same birthday.
He was first, though.
He was, yep.
A few
he came
years,
before me.
yeah.
He was the first person to ever play Mighty Purple on the radio. Even before we were Mighty Purple, when we were just little pipsqueaks in the basement.
Aww.
He was the
kidding.
first person to play us on the radio.
That's a great trivia thing right there.
Yeah.
If we ever write a trivia calendar, that's going to be part of it right there.
So there is a big tribute show coming up. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I honestly, I don't know.
It hasn't been fleshed out yet. I don't think.
know the whole thing about it. They asked me to do a song for the James Velvet tribute album, and it's actually like my most favorite song that I've recorded yet at my studio. Better than mine. And
this is going to be an album release party, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't really know the nuts and bolts of it.
Yeah.
All I know is I'm going to be there, and I loved James.
And I'm hoping to be there too.
Yeah,
I
great.
really want to go to that show.
I have an every Sunday morning gig, so I'll be there, but I'll be a little blurry-eyed, possibly.
Thanks for the warning. Stephen Peter Rogers,
Right.
Steve Rogers,
Yep.
is with us. Brian, we should check the weather. Steve Rogers wanted us to do that.
Yes, I know he does.
We
I'm a
do
weather
it-
fanatic.
we do it twice an hour.
You were the last human in. Is it still raining outside?
No, it's just yucky.
It's gray.
It's that sort of New England day that makes you want to go and curl up on the couch with
That's
a
the
blanket
official
and a dog
meteorology
or a cat.
term is yucky.
Yep,
Yucky.
exactly. But I love this kind of weather. If you go somewhere where people usually go in the summertime, like Stony Creek or something, this kind of weather, it is classic New England. It's classic New England.
Walk the beach.
Beautiful. Yep.
Mary Lee is here with the weather forecast. Can you say the magic word, Steve?
Wow.
Wow, currently 42 degrees in Wallingford, outside our studios here at Toyota of Wallingford, 41 in Hamden, 41 in New Haven.
Down in Fairfield County, 41 degrees for everybody. Fairfield, 41, Bridgeport, 41. In Waterbury, it's 40.
And according to Steve Rogers, it's yucky.
It's yucky.
Yucky
It's
weather.
gray.
The
It's
official,
gray. For some
Sky's
people, they
gray.
might love this, though.
official weather is
True.
yucky.
For people who are too happy, this will bring them down to a normal level. Yeah.
So we are broadcasting this live on YouTube.
Great.
So go to Wow Radio CT, check out the YouTube channel.
Click on live.
If you
it's
dare.
Not, it's not going to just pop up if you go there. You got to click on live.
Play with a little bit.
Yeah.
Steve, the new song "Winter Is Coming" is the name of it. Are you going to be playing that live for us, or would you
actually,
like us to play the recorded version?
Let's play the recorded version of that, and I'll do a couple songs, live, other songs. live.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can do that right after the top of the hour, Brian.
Yeah, we can do that right after
We'll get
top
to
of the
that.
hour. We should mention Comedy Night again.
Yes, please.
That's tomorrow night. It's sponsored by the Hamden Regional Chamber of Commerce, a place and people that Steve knows well.
I do.
Yeah, Nancy Dutchick and Peter Voris
Mm-hmm.
got together, put this together. It's tomorrow night. Peter Voris is your comedian host, and there's three comedians, including Johnny Rizzo. Friend of mine I haven't talked to in a while. He's going to be the headliner. Very funny guy. Do you know Johnny Rizzo?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's very funny.
Brian, why haven't you talked to him? Are you mad at him?
Yeah, we just haven't crossed paths in a while. I actually got him on the radio. I turned him into a radio guy, and I think he's mad at me for that. So he'll be there tomorrow night. And there is you can buy the tickets for $40 a piece online at HamdenRegionalChamber.com. But we asked.
Yeah.
We asked Nancy Dutchik nicely if we
Wheeled
could
and
create
dealed.
a WOW radio special, and she was nice enough, after some prodding, to sell a table. You can buy a table for 10 people. You and 9 friends for $300. So
It's
that's
a sale.
$30 a ticket.
Where's this event?
25% off.
Devonshire Hall in Hamden.
Oh,
You know that quite well. It's over in the industrial park over there.
the one that I used to be
Over someplace.
someplace.
Yeah. It's
I
over
know that
right
industrial
behind that.
park
Yeah.
pretty well.
Did you get thrown out of there too when you were a kid?
No, I didn't get thrown out of that one. I know my
That
industrial
one.
parks, but yeah.
Yeah, it's an office complex. I think they have like a martial arts place next to it. Another place, I think they might even have a restaurant nearby.
So HamdenChamber.com for tickets to that.
HamdenRegionalChamber.com.
No, Hamden Chamber gets you to the same place
Mm-hmm.
too, and it's shorter. That's why I say that. For the Brian Smith special, though, you got to call the
Oh,
chamber.
you got to call them on the phone and actually interact with a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a turnoff, but you can still get through it.
Also, something that's not happening tonight is the Monsters of Acoustic Rock number 66 at Sage Sound Studios, hosted by our friend Zach Anderson. That is being postponed, so don't go there looking for live
Are we
music
talking about
tonight.
things that are not happening tonight?
Well, if somebody was planning on going.
The WOW Radio cold finger prostate test is not happening tonight either. We've canceled that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, we just decided to
looking forward
to
to
not have that either. Yeah, I was
Nurse
looking
Emily,
forward
do you
to
know?
it.
Did you know that it was canceled?
Yep. Get your fingers out of the ice, kids.
So she's got a free night now.
Yeah.
All right, Steve Rogers live music coming up next on WOW Radio CT.
All right, it is 3 minutes after 2 o'clock, or 3 minutes after 8 o'clock, depending on which clock you're looking at, our actual live broadcast or our rebroadcast. And we repeat on you from 5 till 9 o'clock, so that's always a good thing.
Don't we ever?
But welcome to the new hour, 3 minutes after the hour.
Meet the new hour, same as the old hour.
Kind
but,
of.
But not really.
Last one didn't really have Steve Rogers
No,
playing guitar.
Steve Rogers is here.
No, this one will contain caution. Ingredients of the next hour will be music from Steve Rogers.
The one, the only Steve Rogers.
Stephen Peter
At
Rogers.
least it's not that prostate test thing.
No,
No,
well,
that's been
no.
canceled.
Later.
We're warming our fingers up just in case.
We'll reschedule that.
Yes.
So we'll let you know when that's happening if you want.
Sure.
Send you a
Sure.
postcard.
Send me the memo.
Yeah.
To any of you, Nurse Emily isn't here, but to any of you proctologists or anybody urologists, how many prostate exams could you do in 1 hour? We'd be willing to see who could break the record.
I don't know. I've only done one. I don't know how long it lasts. They knocked me out. So
Oh, they did? All right, good.
I learned you're not supposed to laugh when it
No,
happens.
no. When you go to your doctor and you're an adult
giggle.
male, and you the first time you experience the sound of that glove slapping on, you're going, oh, what's he going to do? Pick up something so it's clean? No, he's not picking something up. He's getting ready to go in. That's when you become a man. What are you doing, Doc? Okay. But it's all for your own health, and that's why we're talking about it here, because we're all for great health. That's why we talk about these sensitive subjects.
I was trying to fix that camera. And
Well, you
it's not
talk, I'll
working.
fix the camera.
Okay, I have a question for Steve Rogers.
Sure.
The first question is your new song, Winter is Coming. Did you want to play that first, or did you want to go live first?
let's play that first.
You want to play that
Yeah.
first? All right, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted that camera on me and not on the spaceman, and Brian's playing with the main camera. Meanwhile, yours is fine, Steve Rogers. So we're going to start off now with Steve's new song, Winter is Coming. You want to talk about this a little bit? Where does
Sure.
this come from?
You know, honestly, I spend a lot of time outdoors walking around when I'm not in my studio, just so I can, exercise.
Yeah.
A lot of studio guys end up, putting on the pounds.
Just
and,
being in your studio.
right, and I refuse
and you
to do
produce a lot of other people's records.
that. I do, yeah. I sure do. It's gotten to be very busy, and I feel very blessed by it. And I'm working with a whole bunch of great songwriters of
are.
all different levels. From sort of people just entering the music world to people that have been in it for centuries.
Your studio is called the Tiny Bunker.
Yeah, Tiny Bunker.
Tiny
Yep.
Bunker, and that's out of your house, right?
It is. It is. We
Is
won't
it-
advertise
is it
that too
tiny?
much. It's cozy. It's cozy.
Because I've always seen what you're doing online too. You post a lot on your Facebook page.
Well, the reason it's called Tiny Bunker is because as a preteen and a child, I collected G.I. Joes. And for every Christmas and birthday and whatever, all of my relatives gave me G.I. Joes. So I have everything that Hasbro made between 1982 and 1986 for G.I. Joe, including the aircraft carrier, and all of that was set up in this room that is now my studio. I had, when I had 3 nightclubs, the Space and the Outer Space and the Ballroom over there at the
Yeah.
Industrial Park, we had a recording studio upstairs from there, and we had 3 different music room options, and so I didn't need a music room at home. But then when that chapter of my life came to a close, I didn't have a music space, and so we had to clear out the G.I. Joes and set up the music stuff. So that's why it's called Tiny Bunker.
And what happened to the G.I. Joes?
Oh, I'll still have them forever.
Okay.
I mean, I lugged them around to like every poor girlfriend that I had apartment, throughout.
Steve, you are a collector like I've never seen.
Yes,
You've
he
got a lot of
is.
storage places. What's the last thing you bought that would be either odd or you hung on a wall?
An odd thing.
Yeah, what's the last thing?
Okay, all right.
I'm thinking some kind of a Japanese art for the wall, old piano, lamps. You got all this stuff.
Well, I've put a moratorium on buying stuff because I've got enough of it already. But I do have this really cool thing. from the early '80s, and it looks like a little monster, but it used to have a vending machine inside it, and it's called Vendora. And it's I wish I had a picture to show you.
What did it sell in the vending machine? Cigarettes?
Yeah, I think it was for like March of Dimes. There's a little March.
Okay.
Probably not cigarettes.
All right. I want to buy a cigarette vending machine.
They have them.
Listen,
I see them.
you would
all the time.
appreciate this too as a musician. Here at WOW Radio CT, we have a lot of musicians who have CDs.
Right.
I want to get an old machine and have a CD vending machine.
Yeah, that's a great.
People can
idea.
come in, put in, $5, $10, whatever it costs.
Which is more than the going rate for a CD. You
Sure.
go to the Wallingford flea market, you can buy 3 for $1.
CDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about like artist CDs.
All
Like
right,
your
I know,
CD.
I know, I'm
How much
just
would that be? How much if I wanted to?
I mean,
If you
usually
put it in a machine, how much would I pay for a Peter Rogers CD?
I mean, I sell mine at shows for $15.
Okay, fine.
And I see people selling them for as little as $5 and as much as $20. So
I've got one. I give you $15 if you take my CD. That's
The
great.
old cigarette vending machines too. You had to pull the thing out.
Mm-hmm.
Now everything is just push button, so they would look entirely different now if we had them.
mechanically operated is way better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I used to pull.
It was
on
also a great costume for Halloween.
So Stephen Peter Rogers is here. New song is "Winter Is Coming,"
Enjoy it.
and this is it.
Yeah, I recorded it, at my studio, and I played all the instruments.
Are you a Game of Thrones fan?
I'm not, and I didn't even. Honestly, I've never even seen one episode.
Okay. Neither
And
have
so I
I.
had no idea that was the tagline. And my daughter, she heard it when I was playing it for my wife over the Alexa upstairs, or something. She was like, "Dad, and I was like, "No, I didn't know." So hopefully I won't, get sued. I seem to get sued every time I come up with,
right.
something
Being
like a
sued
nightclub name.
gives you publicity, so don't worry about that.
Because the 3 words "Winter Is Coming" were never used before Game of Thrones, right?
Right. I mean,
Yeah, so-
very unique to them.
So
No, as a matter of fact, Pam, they were not ever used. Not in that combination.
Right.
But I wrote
Is
this.
coming winter, is coming winter coming
is
winter.
winter.
I wrote it sort of about the lonely feelings that you get and the darker feelings that you get during winter,
Oh.
and then sort of like the uplift that can happen after that.
Oh, all right.
That's what's up.
And that's not Johnny Winters coming over to play guitar.
No,
okay,
he's
all right,
not
good.
around.
All right,
He's
all
not
right.
around.
Edgar
poor
might be.
guy.
Yeah, Edgar Winters
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winter Is Coming. This is brand new from Stephen Peter Rogers. WOW Radio CT. Wow, Radio CT, Steve Rogers, his new one, Winter is Coming.
Even though
And
it's
I-
kind of here already.
Well, we're kind of getting on the other side of it now,
Yep.
which I like.
Top of the roller coaster.
Yeah,
I
can
like it
start
too.
to see the days are getting longer.
Push, get it out of here.
Yeah, the sun is starting to set around 5 instead of 4:30.
That's right. We can see spring. Here comes the head.
The bird sounds in the yard change a little bit.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. I love it.
So
I
Steve
like it.
Rogers, that was your song. We played it off your CD. When radio people hear themselves in a commercial, a lot of times we shut up.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear yourself on a CD, do you do the same thing? Do you listen critically to yourself?
Oh, I'm so critical of myself.
Okay.
It's terrible.
That's good to hear,
Yeah, I
actually.
should-
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you care.
I do. And also by the time a song or an album comes out, I've listened to every song like 150, 200
Sure,
times,
yeah.
just mixing it or or whatever. Even when I had other producers, I'm sick of the songs by the time they come out. Not really. This one's actually, I think it's touched a lot of people and came
Yeah,
out.
what did I say to you? I said this is exactly how I feel about winter.
Yeah,
It's just,
a lot of people have said that.
it's
Similar thing.
mellow, it's melancholy, it's, all those things. So you're going to follow this with Spring is Coming?
No, but something a little more uplifting.
Good.
Maybe. I'll try to do uplifting.
Are you going to play something right
Yeah.
now?
Sure,
you want me to do that?
Son of a bitch. You've
Yeah.
got your guitar here and everything.
He's got his gorgeous robin's egg blue guitar that I love.
Check.
I keep trying to figure out how to steal that guitar, but I haven't yet.
I'd know. If you tried to pawn it somewhere, I'd know it was mine.
yeah, you would. It's so pretty. So what are you doing for us now?
I'm going to do another new song of mine that's not released yet called Stay You.
Stay You?
Yep.
Brand new. From Stephen Peter Rogers, Wow Radio CT.
Some things in life, they will chase you. Some will trick you and try to steal away your soul. Some things will look just like pretty flowers growing over your broken roads. Some things in life, they will chase you. Some for good and some for bad. It's the good things that you chase that make a difference in your case as you fight the fight to stay you. As you fight the fight to stay you. Some people in life will embrace you. Some will sell you down the river for a pocket of fool's gold. And few will stay by your side forever. But most will just come and go. People in life, they can change you. Some for good and some for bad. It's the good ones who give you grace that make a difference in your case as you fight the fight to stay you. As you fight the fight to stay you. Choices we make can take us places. Oh, we thought we'd never go. Some choices look just like pretty flowers on the grave of your old self. Choices in life, they can change you. Some for good and some for bad. The good choices that you make a difference in your case as you fight the fight to stay you. As you fight the fight to stay you. as you fight the fight to stay you. There you go. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Very nice. Beautiful tone on that guitar,
Stay
too.
You,
Thank you
Steve
very much.
Rogers.
Hopefully, I'm not peeking things out over here.
Nope.
No, perfect. Thank you. That's gorgeous.
Thank you very much. That one will be coming out in a couple months.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Cool.
What do you mean coming out in a couple of months?
That was a
Putting
pre-
out
that-
another CD?
No, I'm releasing a song at a time this year.
All right.
You know, I feel like when you put out a CD, there's just so much.
It's
There's
overwhelming.
so much coming at you
Sure,
these days
yeah.
from
sure,
every
sure.
angle that, like, you know, if you put out a CD, it's sort of like old news on day 2. You know, so one song at a time and just kind of let people absorb it a little bit.
I think that's a great idea.
So you're
one
going
at a
to-
time, and then
yeah.
put them all together on an album.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
You're going to drop it
I'm
on Spotify.
as the kids say,
yeah,
drop
you're
the
going to
album.
drop
Yeah,
it. It's going to
exactly.
drop on a Tuesday. That's when it drops.
Yeah,
it's going
right,
to drop on a
right.
Tuesday. That's when
At
music
noon.
drops. Yes.
We'll be online outside the store to get our copy
Right,
at
right.
midnight.
They don't sell them in stores anymore, you know, other than like the Wallingford Flea Market.
God. 20 after the hour on WOW Radio CT. It is Friday the 31st of January. Steve Rogers is with us. Your next live appearance is going to be where, Steve?
It's going to be Friday, February 7th, very close by in Meriden, Connecticut at the Old Church Concert Series, which is a wonderful concert series that, you know, they encourage listening there. You know, it's not a noisy bar room, which is wonderful. I mean, it is a church, and you know, but it's not a churchy thing. You know, it's just a community-driven thing, and I love it. And it's hosted by our good friend Frank Critelli, who does a wonderful job putting it together. And I'm playing with some other artists. I'm playing with Riley Cotton, who's
Oh, yeah,
excellent.
we've
She's
had
been
her
here
up here.
before.
Yep.
I don't have the flyer in front of me, so I've forgotten everybody that's playing, and I feel bad because I'm going to leave somebody out. So don't hate me, everybody.
Oh, and other fantastic artists. That's who you're performing with. Yes,
exactly.
yes. Yeah.
I forgot the flyer in front of me. I'm sure I can find it on my phone, though.
Here we go. Stephen Peter Rogers, Michael Sanford Day,
There it is, there it
Riley
is.
Cotton, New Earth. Hosted by Frank Critelli, Friday, February 7th, 7 p.m., First Church of Meriden, Colony Street in Meriden.
And it's Mike Fest.
Mike
is what,
Fest.
Yeah, this is their 5th anniversary, and this guy Mike started it, and he did pass away sadly, and he was just one of the nicest guys, you know, around. And I had the privilege of knowing him back when I owned the nightclubs, and he would come there and see lots of people play. And
This is Mike Wilcox.
that's right, yeah.
Series founder Mike Wilcox. Yeah.
Yep, he sure is. Great guy.
I'm just reading about it here, the Old Church Acoustic Series. Now, this is something that Frank has been hosting forever, the Old Church Acoustic Series.
Yep.
And you're going to be the headliner.
Well, I don't know if I'm the headliner.
Well, looks like it.
Whatever I am is whatever I am. You know, like I think we're all equally playing an equal amount of time, and it'll be a joyous occasion. I have no idea where I'm even at in the lineup at this point.
Well, I see that New Earth was Mike Wilcox's old band.
I think, yeah, that's right. That's right.
What I'm reading here. He'll be that band will be there for a few songs. Michael Sanford Day will be joined by Riley Cotton for a set, and then Stephen Peter Rogers, whoever he is.
I might
brings
have a
his
special
amazing
guest
talents.
or two. You know, sometimes I drop the ball with who I'm bringing along, and then, you know, I'll show up with, like, Sean O'Reilly with his harp and piano. I'll call him the night before and say, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm doing a whole bunch of new songs. You don't know, buddy. You want to come? Or my friend Ben Dean, who plays fiddle. Like, you know, I have a list of folks that I call up, and sometimes it's kind of last minute because if I get nerves these days, you know, doing shows. So I try not to think
Why?
about them.
You really-
Why do you
you
get
do?
nervous?
You know, I don't know.
Wow.
You're a consummate professional.
I've probably done 3,000
Yeah.
shows in my lifetime or something. And
Not just that, but you are also, and you're a young guy, though you're going to be a grandfather soon, which
Yeah.
none of us want to hear.
Crazy.
We're happy that you're having a grandchild.
So am
not
I,
That,
so
not
am
that
I.
this is part of the chronology. You should have waited a few years. You should have told us about this.
Well, it wasn't my choice, you know.
We would have talked to your daughter. Said, "Hey, whoa, slow down there."
I tried to encourage that before the fact, but you know, she's been an adult since she was 30. I mean, since she was 13, she's
Yeah.
been an adult. And
Now she's 21 now.
yeah, right. You know, she just got her. You know, she got her doula certification, and as sort of like a help to a midwife. So
Wow.
her first assignment as a doula was to help a midwife deliver a baby at a home birth. Well, guess who didn't show up to the home birth? The midwife. So my daughter ended up
Oh,
delivering
boy.
a baby by herself.
Well, how old was she when she was 20 when she did that?
That was like 2 months ago.
That's
2 months ago,
That's
all right.
trial by fire.
Yeah, for sure, for
Good.
sure.
Yeah.
God, man.
The baby's alive. That's good.
But you are, and this is the thing, Steve Rogers, you are like a father figure to all these other musicians around here. You guide them, you show them the business.
yeah.
You owned a nightclub for years,
Well, I love them.
so they look up to you.
I love them all.
Yeah.
There so many kids that grew up at the space are now off doing. I mean, I see some of them. They're playing stadiums. I mean, it's just incredible.
Do you feel like they're your kids too?
Some,
Yeah, do ya?
some of them,
Okay.
of them for sure. Yeah, definitely.
I-
Especially the ones who sort of like, there was a whole community of kids who like, would volunteer and do the door, the coffee bar, or intern doing sound, and when they were in high school kids, and they were all like my kids at that time, and I still, even this week, I had kids that grew up at the space hanging out there, coming and recording in the studio.
That must
as
make
adults.
you proud.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It makes me really proud, and it makes me proud to see all these people, that grew up there off really doing the music thing. It's very cool.
I'm glad you're playing more too, because for a while it didn't seem like you were playing out that much. Kind of recently, I'm talking about.
Yeah,
And now you seem
yep.
to have stepped it up a bit.
Well, I
doing
needed
more
to,
shows.
like sometimes you need to step back from everything and get quiet just so you can organize your thoughts. And for me, I can't really create unless I've been quiet for a little while. So I go into my little cave, also known as Tiny Bunker Studio, or my little barn that I built in the backyard and watch birds. And I just get quiet for a few months sometimes, and that's when.
How do you do that?
How do I get
Do
quiet?
you shut your phone off? Do you have somebody answer your calls for you? How do
I
you
don't
do that?
I just shut it off.
Yeah?
And,
All right.
and just
Do you get cranky with people if they call you?
No, I used to when I owned the space. I was a cranky fella.
Okay.
But no, these days I'm
Oh,
joyous
good.
about
Yeah.
if somebody wants to call me up.
It's
I wanna
happy
talk.
Steve Rogers now.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's like Verizon being like, you owe us money, then I get cranky.
Bill collectors. though.
Yeah, yeah.
Please don't call. I'm
They
busy.
can all,
I'm being
step off the chain.
creative.
Yep.
Steve Rogers is here. We're going to take a break, come back with more live music from Steve. 26 past the hour. Time to, you know what? Steve Rogers'
What?
favorite thing.
The weather.
Oh. Okay.
Everybody together now. Wow.
Prostate.
Wow. Thanks, Mary Lee. I have no temperatures on my screen. Brian, you got anything?
Really? Let me help you out. 40 degrees right now in Wallingford.
Here we go. 41 in Hamden, 41 in New Haven.
41 in Fairfield, 41 in Bridgeport, and 40 in Waterbury.
All right, couple messages, then back with more from
And
Steve Rogers.
Mary Lee's Today coming
yes,
up in
that's
just a
also
few
coming
minutes,
up.
too.
Wow. Wow Radio CT, it is 1:30. Friday, the 31st of January. Bye-bye, January. Hate to see you go, not really. Steve Rogers is
still
here in the
raining
studio.
outside. Pam,
Yes. I know.
How many
I know.
songs? How many songs has Steve performed?
I know what's going to
how
happen.
many? I heard 2. Did he perform 2?
2.
Oh, one was
Steve-
recorded, right? One was pre-recorded.
Correct,
One. Okay,
correct.
then I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Brian-
All right.
Brian has an issue
Oh, what's that now?
when we have artists like yourself in the studio. He starts to get. See?
He starts to get tired.
No.
No,
It's
it
the
starts to-
windpipe. Nurse Emily, help me out. I'm having an esophagus
Starts to
problem.
get ill.
Who's
if you
got an
don't-
EpiPen?
If you don't play 3 songs.
I need.
Oh, I'm
I'm
planning on it.
superstitious. I'm superstitious like
Planning
that.
on it.
Yeah. But see right now my nervous system is confused because one of those songs was on CD. So technically you've performed one.
Right. So
I've
I've
gotta
got
hear
a couple
3
more.
songs.
I've
All
got
right.
a couple more coming at you.
right,
Okay.
good.
All right. Whew. All right.
You're a lifesaver, Steve.
My
I have been writing songs
my
since I was
bronchial
12.
tubes are opening up again. All
Well,
right.
you're only 30 now. So
Right,
it's not
right,
that
31.
My bronchi are happy.
But we were talking off mic about one of the other incredible hobbies that you have, and that's your whole miniature/fairy village thing.
Yeah, so I've done all kinds of miniatures, since I was young, and from train sets to doll houses to now natural material fairy houses, and all of a sudden, sort of like after the spaces came to their ends for me, I started getting offers to do miniature work, and like I ended up building a massive winter wonderland model railroad. I think it was like 25 feet long by 5 feet deep for Nationals Ballpark in D.C. And they used that.
Really?
Yeah, they used that for their Christmas
So
festival
cool.
while kids were waiting in line to take pictures with Santa, and I built all that scenery as well.
Well, Rod Stewart's a big
I do.
train fan.
His layouts are his layout is among my 3 favorite layouts that there are, and I love that he brings like road cases that would usually have amps and guitars with all of his models and
Yeah.
supplies, and he has to have his separate hotel room for it and everything.
I just read that he moved one of his setups from England to California for like $100,000. It cost him to move
I wouldn't
everything
be
over.
surprised.
And these are like rooms. These are like giant, like a house full of trains.
I
you
think
know?
I think one of his layouts is like 80 feet or 70
Yeah.
feet long, and then maybe like 30 or 40 feet wide with aisles, and but
Oh my God!
he has the budget.
Have you?
I was just going to
Yeah,
say it
it's true.
helps when you have
Yeah.
money to support that hobby.
I built mine
Yeah.
on like a quarter in my pocket and a bunch of cardboard. You know what I mean?
Once or twice a year, the Cheshire High School has a train
Model trains, yeah.
model train
I do
exhibition.
know.
Is
Yeah.
that part of your life?
It
Do you do
has
that?
been in the past.
Okay.
I've I sell all my sort of like I don't need it collections. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff there, and I faithfully went every year. They haven't had it in a couple of years.
No,
though,
they
since
haven't.
COVID. and
Tom over there hasn't had it since COVID, right?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking to me because it was the best show in
We
Connecticut.
gotta go kick some ass. We gotta
Yeah.
go back over there and get them started up again.
Support that Cheshire band. We
Now,
got.
I've seen some stuff online of people who do the miniatures so well, you can't tell them from the big one. They'll put a small camera down there, like cars and race cars and
Pam's got some pictures up you can check out. After.
Wild West scenes.
You can go to StephenPeterRogers.com.
Yeah, or SteveOfficialMusic.com is even easier.
Great.
SteveOfficialMusic.com.
And then what was the category I went into to find
I
these?
think it was like visual art.
Visual art.
Yeah.
And there are a couple of his miniatures in there.
Yeah, just
They're
a
very
few
cool.
pictures. I've got to,
Do you create
on that.
anything around your Christmas tree? every year?
I used to, but the whole downstairs of the house is filled with trains. So when I start bringing them upstairs, the family gets funny.
Oh,
The family gets funny.
Yep.
The family gets funny.
we had a Marshall Tucker alert there for a minute.
No, it wasn't Marshall Tucker. It was Elvin Bishop, actually.
We had an Elvin Bishop alert there for a minute. It's the state sends it out once in a while just to see if we're paying attention. So, Governor Lamont, we're listening.
How about some more live music?
All right.
35 past the hour. Stephen Rogers is here.
All
Stephen
right.
Peter Rogers is here.
I'm going to do kind of one of my standard original songs that I do. And
And what is that?
it's called Oh Captain. Oh, Captain, won't you lead me back to shore?
Oh, Captain, I saw things today that I'd never seen before. Oh, Captain, please don't let me drown. Oh, Captain, teach my heart the way to be found. No, I won't be afraid of change. It keeps me alive. It keeps me sane. No, I won't be afraid of change. It keeps me alive. It keeps me alive. It keeps me alive. Oh, darling, I want to live up to be the ship that you once chartered for your voyage to sea. But oh, darling, I was lost in the darkness, and the beacon of hope was gone, extinguished by storms that beat down on my soul for too long. No, I won't be afraid of change. It keeps me alive. It keeps me sane. No, I won't be afraid of change. It keeps me alive. It keeps me alive. It keeps me alive. Oh, Captain, I abandoned the ship. But oh, Captain, my heart feels so alive again. No, I can't lie, I can't lie, I can't lie to myself anymore. Extinguished by storms that beat down on my soul for too long. No, I won't be afraid of change. It keeps me alive. It keeps me sane. No, I won't be afraid of change. It keeps me alive. It keeps me alive. It keeps me alive. Thank you very much.
Wow.
All right.
Steve Rogers.
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, Captain.
Oh,
That's
Captain.
nice.
Oh,
It's nice.
Captain.
Oh, Captain.
It's nice that we heard a song on CD and we heard.
Two, Brian.
Oh, we're going in.
Two live.
Two.
Steve Rogers is concerned about your health, Brian. I can tell.
I can tell, yes. As long as there's not a glove and a finger involved, you can be concerned about my health.
You're good, buddy. I'm staying away
Good,
from you.
all right, good. Thank you, Steve.
You're on the other
you.
side of the
All
room.
right,
You're
yes.
lucky.
Yes,
You're,
yes.
you're
Yes.
very much on opposite ends of the.
Whoa, Doc, what do you have? An icicle there? All right.
Steve
Okay.
would have to have very long arms to get to you, Brian.
Oh, you never know. It's-
Yes.
You know, I wonder what E.T. did back in the home planet.
He phoned home. You know,
Phone home.
Oh, no. Whoa!
Elliot. Yeah, exactly that.
Phone home.
All right, E.T., that's far enough.
It's long distance.
Whoa, what do you got? An octopus there? Come on. All right. We've done 2 songs.
Here we go.
Yeah,
All right.
you got to
See,
help me
Steve,
out.
Steve Rogers is a player.
Good.
Yeah.
So I can't breathe.
So
man.
when my daughter was first born,
Uh-huh.
is when I wrote the song.
Oh,
but,
good.
But I
Aw.
still do it because I feel like it's really relevant now. And now that I'm having a granddaughter, it's even more relevant to me because the world just hasn't changed at all, and we haven't learned from our mistakes. And so I sort of wrote this about that.
the water was warm. When the soldiers came home, and the summer bells rang as the crowds burned their flags in separate parades of conditional men at war with each other, each for their god, the same shape, a different color. And how will it end when there are no winners? Hate upon hate, and bomb to the splinter. And how will it end when fatherless children will hate my sweet daughter for the flag she's born under? And how will it end? The radio man, not you guys, they divide with their tongues, and thousands are lost. No war can be won as crowds burn their flags in separate parades, at war with each other, each for their god, the same shape, a different color. How will it end? There are no winners, and hate upon hate, and bomb to the splinter. And how will it end when fatherless children will hate my sweet daughter for the flag she's born under? And how will it end? How will it end when there are no winners? Hate upon hate, bomb to the splinter. And how will it end when fatherless children will hate my sweet daughter for the flag she's born under? And how will it end? How will it end? How will it end?
That's beautiful.
Thank you very much. Thank
Steve Rogers. Name of that tune?
How will it end?
How Will It End?
And we're not
Now
sure.
Radio CT.
Yeah. So nice to be here, guys. You guys are awesome. I love
That's
you.
beautiful.
Always a pleasure to have you. It hasn't ended yet, so that's the good news.
It hasn't ended yet, and we just got to have
In a
hope
way.
that good things come down the
Yes.
Feel free to write bad songs about other radio people.
There we go. Everybody.
Yeah, a lot of these people just sell it out and saying stuff just to get the ratings.
I mean, you know,
That's not a bad idea, actually.
here's another one. Ready?
Yes,
Okay,
we're ready.
yeah.
We're ready.
Number 4. Go for it.
Down in the dirty river, you're dressed in holy white. Oh, you're preaching hell and fire like it's the only way to the light. You ain't no man. You ain't no man of God. That's right. You ain't no man of God. Oh, you say their souls will be delivered and clean will be their slates. They'll find their treasures right up in heaven while their money fills your plates. You ain't no man. You ain't no man of God. Oh, there's a dirty road behind you and a burning sky ahead. They'll see that bloody truth inside you. Then you'll walk alone instead. You ain't no man. You ain't no man of God. 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 This is a little song. One more little one. There's a half a song
You
ready.
gotta fire us up. We want to hear a couple of hours of this. Yeah. And number 5. 5. Go for it. 5. It's a prime number.
Steve Rogers.
Go.
It's the Steve Rogers Marathon on Wow Radio CT.
Steve,
Doesn't
Steve,
here's
Steve,
a, here's a,
Steve,
yeah.
Steve,
Hey,
Steve,
hey,
Steve,
hey,
Steve.
whoa. Here's a little one for you. It goes, if it doesn't feel right, just don't do it. If it doesn't feel right, just don't do it. If it doesn't feel right, it'll never feel right. If it doesn't feel right, just don't do it. That's the whole song.
That's like a mini song. It's like a little a snack.
It's a tweener, and in
Yeah, yeah,
betweener.
there we go.
That's what he said.
That's a
If it doesn't feel right, don't do it.
That's right. That's great. You should do more little snack songs.
Just snack songs.
Fun size songs.
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah.
You know, it breaks up. You know, I used to. I think when I was a kid, I was self-indulgent and wrote like 6 and 7 minute songs and things like this. Now, you know, now they're like 2.5 or 3 minutes.
What you think
fine.
you were,
That's
the Grateful Dead?
Everybody
Yes.
has
I thought I was a different band every day of the
Yep.
week when I was 15 years old. You know what I mean? I was U2 one day, Grateful Dead the next day, and Tool the day after that. I don't know.
everybody has their Tangled Up in Blue or Scenes from an Italian Restaurant or
Right,
Green Grass
right.
and High Tides Forever. Why not?
What was your band that you listened to when you were a kid? Like, what was your favorite band?
You know, I
you
will,
have one?
I will say that I grew up on U2, and they were my favorite band. I read every book. You know, I knew their whole history, and you know, they started losing me around when they started like adding lots of samples into their stuff around 2000 or something.
Yeah.
And but you know, I loved that band, and I loved their just sort of like ability to capture a moment with their crowd. And
I agree.
They do,
I,
and,
I
they,
saw
and they
them.
reinvent themselves too.
yep, and I love that about
They
it.
played Woolsey Hall like back in the 1600s.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
there, and Bono almost fell off the second floor.
1600s.
But then they might have lost something, but still, when you go back and listen to the old
no, they're
U2,
wonderful.
it's tremendous.
Absolutely.
what they can do.
Absolutely.
You know,
So-
and they're supposed to be in the studio working on new stuff.
yeah,
Let's
for
hope
sure.
they keep the synthesizers out this
And
time.
I'll give it away. U2 and the Indigo Girls are still one of my favorite
good.
bands of all time. I saw
nice.
them in December actually, and
They tour a lot.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
like always
they
out.
sure do.
They just did a tour with Melissa Etheridge last summer, I think.
Yeah, their opener this time was a little funny, but I was into it.
Funny, ha ha.
Funny and strange, yeah.
It's cool. Well, we heard one song off the CD.
Oh,
We
here we
heard
go.
4.7 songs here in the studio. That was good. And you took care of my superstition of 3, Steve, so I appreciate that.
No problem. I could do one more
Well,
after
you went
a break if
over.
you like,
went over
know.
3, and my next stopping point is 19. So let's all
okay.
dig in. Yeah, I've got a 19 superstition.
Well, we
too.
have just a few minutes before the top of the hour.
Okay.
So, Brian,
I think we can do one more song. What do you think?
are you all right?
I don't know.
with that?
Do you need a couple of bucks, Steve? Should we? Is there a coin in your back that
Because
we
we
can
don't have a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
If you need a couple of
yeah,
bucks.
you know, I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
give you some donuts? I got some donuts there for you. Neil's Donuts.
That's payment enough.
That's good.
I
All
mean,
right, you
that's
got
like,
it.
If,
All right.
if I can have the jelly one,
You got it.
Yep.
Or do I have to fight you for it?
No, I'm wearing black today, so
It's been calling your name all day.
All right, let's see. I know what I am. I'm gonna do that up here. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Good.
Ba-dip-ba-dip-ba-dip. I know what I am. I love life. I'm a believer. I'm a lover and a giver. But that's not all I am. I know what I am. I'm a traveler on adventure, and I failed to learn hard lessons, which made me a better man. I made it halfway to 90, survived drinking and bankruptcy. I'm a bleeding heart sleeve feeler and a leader of a band. I see things on the bright side, and age ain't breaking my stride. And I won't give up till I've tried everything I can. I know what I am. I'm a scrapper, a collector, maybe a borderline problem hoarder. Never had luck making money, just don't care. I'm an artist and a maker, and a mover and a shaker. And I owned a bar till it owned me, but that's not who I am anymore, nope. I know what I am. I like train cars and old koozies. We'll do that again, there we go. I know what I am. I love train cars and old movies, classy ladies, but not those floozies. Classic cars, cold beer and koozies, and my wife's childbearing booty. She knows who I am, that's for sure. She approved that line, by the way. I made it halfway to 95, drinking and bankruptcy. I'm a bleeding heart sleep feeler and a leader of a band. I see things on the bright side, and age ain't breaking my stride. And I won't give up till I've tried everything I can. Up. I know what I am. I'm a follower of Jesus, but not a right-wing nut job. And I'll stand against the Trump mob, and I still love our great land. I hate off-key hipster music, and white boy rapper posers, and fake rich kid YouTubers, and megachurch TV scams. That's all the stuff I don't like, right? I know who I am. I made it halfway to 95, drinking and bankruptcy. I'm a bleeding heart sleep feeler and a leader of a band. I see things on the bright side, and age ain't breaking my stride. And I won't give up till I've tried everything I can. Up. I know who I am. I'm a wife. I know who I am. Yeah, here we go. I know who I am. I have a wife, a son, and daughter who are all way more important than a granddaughter than all of the above here, and this song is now done.
Oh! The story of Stephen Peter Rogers.
Yeah, there it is.
Wow, Radio CT.
Oh, wait a minute. It just came over the internet. Hollywood hotline here. Timothy Chalamet signs to play Stephen Rogers, a new bioflick.
The life story.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sick.
Yeah. You got
That sounds great.
Who needs
Yeah.
Bob Dylan? Bob Dylan
See
who?
that? Yeah.
Yeah. That was great.
Well, thank you
Really,
very
really.
much.
Shades of Bob Dylan. Bob should be listening to you.
Well, I listened to him once, and I couldn't understand a word. It was at the Huskies, where the Huskies play up there in Gamble or whatever.
Could you play a song where we can't understand the words?
That's actually
Yeah.
counterintuitive to how
That's true. That's true.
to who I am.
Well, next time you can't write the lyrics, just fill in with mumbling. And you're all set.
I do that when
Yeah.
I'm giving
Yep.
songwriting lessons to some young people. I'm like
Yada, yada, yada.
verse, chorus, verse.
That's
like,
perfect. That's a new Dylan song right there.
Yeah, pretty much. Except you could understand he was saying
Verse,
verse.
verse.
Oh, it would have to be like. Right, something like that.
That's the Bob Dylan we know.
Have you seen the Dylan movie yet?
I haven't. I've been waiting for a moment when I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't watch a whole. I don't have a lot of screen time except for the scariest show on television, which is the news. And I try not to because I find when I sort of like evaporate into the screen, and then I don't have enough sort of like the woo to create after that. So
I highly recommend it. It's very good.
I'm gonna watch it. I've been told that by quite a few
Yeah,
people.
very enjoyable.
Our family didn't have a TV until I was like 11 years old, and so it wasn't part of my early life. And it's funny, my wife and kids watch a ton of TV because she had a TV since she was a little one.
But it's not on TV. It's in the movies. Steve.
Right. You're right. I need to.
This thing called a movie theater.
Right. I've been half a dozen times in my life or so.
I actually
Jurassic
hadn't-
Park and Titanic. Those were good.
I hadn't been to a movie since pre-COVID, and I finally went to see a Complete Unknown.
I think I went to a Star Wars
Oh,
one.
I remember this in
Yeah.
a movie theater. It was fun. Yeah,
It's
highly
funny,
recommend.
I'm a musician, but I don't like going to public places unless I have a microphone in front of me. I know that
We
might
could bring a
sound-
microphone with
I
you.
could. I'm sorry, sir. You're not allowed in there with that.
Try a
Gummy
megaphone.
money.
A
Yeah.
megaphone
Ladies and
actually works
gentlemen.
better.
5 minutes before the top of the
Excellent.
hour.
Well, thank you, Steve Rogers.
Hey, I
That was
love you
great.
guys. It was
Pleasure.
great
All
to be here.
You got to do
Always
a
a treat.
residency here sometime.
I'm happy to come anytime you want.
We love having you.
19 minutes away.
We'll start if you have leftover stuff that you collect. We'll start hanging it on the walls here. We
You
love
know,
it.
I
know?
don't threaten me.
Yep.
We have room in the corner for a fairy village. Don't we?
Venetian blinds with the bonsai tree painted on it. That's always nice.
You know,
Yep.
yeah.
Stuffed American eagle. We got a place for it.
I do have a big brass American eagle, and
I know.
or two. I actually have. I think they're not brass. They're probably just like pot metal, but they, you know, but I have 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
So maybe you will
That's great.
receive one of those as a future gift.
Linoleum from a
Receive
diner.
one.
All right on the wall. It's 2:56. We've got to take care of the weather forecast one
One
more
more
time.
quick check
It's
with
gloomy,
Mary Lee.
gloomy,
Gloomy and gray. The new
It's
morning
yucky.
yucky,
Yucky.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, well. Wow. Reaching across the
Wow.
the room there.
What were you just doing calisthenics? What were you
Oh,
just
God.
doing? What were you doing? You
Playing
trying
with
to
the
work on your
camera.
prostate over there? What were you doing?
I don't have one. 42 degrees in Wallingford outside our studios, 42 in Hampton, 41 in New Haven.
41 Fairfield, 41 Bridgeport, 40 in Waterbury.
When you get old like me, it's hard to do those reaches.
Yeah.
And you can pull something doing that.
I wasn't sure. You were turning off our cameras.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't. Honest to God, I thought maybe you were